Hi, Sagittarius. It's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another great tarot reading. Yeah, we do. We are confident that it is a good reading. Some kind of luck you have, Sagittarius. Yeah, for sure. Let's see what we got. And we're using these twin flame cards. And today we're going to pull a rune. I've already pulled it because that's how I like to do it with the runes, if that's okay. Let's see what we have for you guys with these uh, twin flame cards for Sagittarius, please. And we have remember your identity. You can do it. This is really interesting because this is like remember who you were in a past life. That's really what that's about. OMG. And if you can do that, it can help you create some stability because it is a 4, 2, and a 2. Another card, please. And the mask is showing up on this card. In other words, somebody doesn't really remember who they were because the mask wouldn't be there, Sagittarius, right? And maybe they are starting to remember that because that's kind of how these this is kind of how it sounds. Mystical messages, follow the signs. OMG, 7 and 7. And then we have the unification, 9 and 9. All right, so this is aligning with abundance. See, this is how this ends up. So somebody remembers their identity, and they are mystical messages are. It can be synchronicities, right? And we have the third eye in the middle of this kind of big wheel here, I guess, which is supposed to be, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune. I would assume so. Yeah, interesting. But, the 9 always means like a chapter, like a fulfillment of something, and it is unification. And we see the heart, and not sure what else this is, but the infinity symbol is here. Beautiful, and that's in the middle of this. Let's look at this rune, Sagittarius. Yes. And before we pull the rune, we will pull these few cards here for Sagittarius. And this is a cosmic deck, the Ancestor. Wow, this is all about ancestral wisdom. This can be a past life partner. It could be, wow, and that is a major arcana in that deck. It's also a number 6, and that is a recognition. This is somebody recognizes that they were with you. Yeah, you were a part of their life in some way, Sagittarius, right? Yeah, maybe you were the cute chickie, who, I don't know, lived on their block, maybe when you were 5 years old, or, crushes start young. Yes, they do. They're innocent, but they sure do. Because I know the only reason I wanted to go back to kindergarten is because there was a really cute boy there. But before that, I was crying. Yeah. We have out of the mess comes elegant order. Yeah, into here, the yin and the yang is here. It is symbol, and this is about 2 people or choices, because it's a 20. And something was kind of messy here until somebody remembers that you're either a past life partner or they kind of just remember you in some way, or you're remembering something about yourself in a past life, Sagittarius. Yeah. Really interesting, right? Sometimes you can learn from your South Node who you were in a past life or kind of what you were doing with your life, right? If it was South Node in Taurus, you could have been somebody with financial stability. It's possible. It is a possibility. But let's look at this here. I'd have to look closer at that and right, have to do a past life reading with you. And yeah, let's look at that rune first. R-U-N-E, not R-U-I-N, right? Yeah. And this is actually Sagittarius. Out of all the runes here, I think there's 23 or 24, but this is the Wheel of Fortune. It is. It's called Suolo, which I believe means like, it could mean the sun. Maybe it just means the wheel. Yeah, it probably means the wheel. Yeah, it does in Viking. See, it does mean the sun. S-O-L in Viking, sol, right? Sol is the sun, solar, and el sol in Spanish. Yeah, in German, it's Soolo. So it looks like this is probably German. These runes are, I believe, a mix of German, Scandinavian, like Viking, and also Celtic, right? Which is, Irish and Scottish, right? It's all really interesting. Some people don't care about culture. I think it's interesting for sure. Yeah, and so, but this is the essence. Solo is closely connected to the concepts of destiny, fortune, and fate. So somebody knows, they remember you as a past life person. Remember your identity. You can do it. And here's the mask. Yeah, they remember this, that you are a past life, I don't know, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, lover, husband, wife, something like that. They remember you. Maybe you are just a crush, but the fortune is a wheel that turns tirelessly, bringing positive and negative events into our lives. Yeah, I mean, in this reading, we have this one yin and yang card. Out of the mess comes elegant order. So the wheel was kind of spinning against you or this other person, but now it spins in your favor. That's what the natal chart teaches us too, that, some cycles are a little challenging, but this is all for evolution, right? It is. It's really interesting. Um, all right. And so another meaning of this rune is propulsive energy. Our job is to move forward towards destiny with strength, yeah, and commitment, and confidence, right? Strength and confidence, overcoming any obstacles that we may find in our path. So this is about fate and destiny, but there was something, this chaos here, the mess, was standing in the path, was in the way. Faith in our own resources is the weapon that will bring us success. Okay, this is faith in our courage and our resilience and things like that. The key words: victory, triumph, clear intentions, vitality, contagious happiness, a good disposition of the soul, health, and creativity. Solo invites us to measure our strengths and to use them only for things that really interest us. That's really interesting because, yeah, you are supposed to pay attention to what interests you because there is an alignment there, right? Whatever you're good at or what you're really interested in, that is your passion usually, and you're usually good at it. And that's just, and you can thrive with that. This is why you are supposed to listen to your heart and go after what you're good at and what you really love, right? Yeah, you are. And so, the world is full of possibilities, and it is up to us to determine the road we must take. With a clear mind and a pure heart, we must look within our souls to determine what we truly desire. This rune brings good luck. Now that fortune smiles upon us, it would be a shame not to seize the occasion, but we can better exploit the situation only if we are truly self-aware. That's true. That's like a sextile in your chart where there is an opportunity, but if you don't see it, or if you are kind of not paying attention to what you truly desire, right? Because, I don't know, you're afraid or whatever the deep reason is, right? Then you are not going to be able to enjoy that fate and destiny. No, you're not. Very interesting. And that's how astrology, that's what astrology teaches us. Yeah, it does. That's what your chart teaches you. And it's just one of the things, right? It's full of beauty and just splendor and just wonderful things, right? Yeah. But some challenges, but those challenges are actually wonderful because they teach us, because the chart is about evolution. So if you want to get a psychic reading with me, Sagittarius, you can get your natal chart with me too. Very cool. Very, very cool. If you want to get a psychic reading with me, you sure can. And I always check my work for accuracy. I do, and they are. Just, look at the calendar below and you can have them in a live reading, lots of fun, very personal, or you can have a recording or both. Yeah, the tarot cards are done the same way. Very engaging when you are in the live call, right? And yeah, Mystic Sense is a free 5-minute psychic reading. I'm also a past life regression practitioner, and this is about a past life. When we see ancestor and remember your identity, for sure it is. And those are very powerful to help you become your best self. Yeah, because the South Node is the association with the past life. It is the past life, really, the South Node in your natal chart. And the opposite is the North Node. And this is always on an axis. They're always interacting together. And the North Node is your fate and destiny, or your true potential. And basically, the universe and God wants us to evolve and reach our true potential. And your chart can help you do it. And so can a past life reading. Let's get into this. Check out the description box below. The bottom of the deck is a Knight of Pentacles reversed. Maybe there is an earth sign here. So we see the Six of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles now, the Page of Cups. Somebody here was kind of blessed with these signs about their fate and destiny. Yeah, that's what the mystical messages, follow the signs card is about. We have the Hangman. We have 2 pages here. So this is about news, Sagittarius. Somebody is going to come, maybe out of the woodworks, but somebody is going to come and they're going to tell you, maybe you're with them now, but it doesn't really look like that, but they're going to tell you that they believe you guys are connected, soulmates, connected at a soul level, and that they knew you in a past life, or they feel so familiar to you and like they're supposed to be with you. And right, depends their level of consciousness, how they may explain that. Of course, the Hermit is here. Maybe there's a Virgo, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles is here. There's also the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Wands and the Star. We're going to cover up the naked lady here. She's very beautiful and she looks very kind and good, doesn't she? Yeah. But this reading here, there was a challenge here. And remember, we see this card, out of the mess comes elegant order. So something had to happen here to you, Sagittarius, or to this person, in order for them to understand that you guys are supposed to be together in this life. It's really interesting because you might be with somebody right now you were with in a past life, but you might not know that or feel that. It depends on the level of consciousness. Yeah. Of awareness, spiritual awareness, right? Yeah. All right, 6 of Wands, starting the reading. You probably hurt this person or they hurt you. We have out of the mess comes elegant order, or there was a third party here. It's either one, right? We do have a sacrifice, which can be releasing somebody. A sacrifice is a release, right? And over here is Pisces, and the Hangman describes that, suggests that something could be released here, surrendered, sacrificed even, and somebody had major spiritual, like a spiritual experience here, because the Hangman, represents enlightenment as well, or an epiphany. Yeah, and we know somebody had an epiphany here, right? Maybe both of you did. Here's the Hermit, very spiritual as well. He's trying to experience enlightenment, basically, right? Or he feels like he's already experiencing that, and then he has to step away from the world and focus on that. It's really that, right? It's not really, I'm going to go up into the mountain and, and be enlightened right away. No, well, I mean, I guess it can, but it's not a force thing, right? No, it's not. But he knows, this Hermit knew that I need to step away and be alone and reflect and go within. So yeah, that's what's happening in this reading, and happened, right? The tenses aren't here. We don't have ed, walked or called, or right, ed at the end. We don't have past tense, and we don't have future tense, and we can say this is the present tense, the 6 of Wands here, the current energy. But other than that, not really, right? We have to understand that, or attempt to understand it here in the reading. So we have the 6 of Wands here, and this is recognizing something, and maybe this person here is the one. Maybe it's this earth sign, and here we have the Queen of Cups with it. Wow, okay, this sits in the challenge, these 2 queens. There could have been a third party, because we see the 3 of Swords in the psyche or the environment, the Death card. This is an ending and a transformation as somebody makes a major recognition. They're trusting their intuition with the Page of Cups. And external to you, Sagittarius, is this person who values you. And this person has had like an epiphany or something about you, right? And the 5 of Cups is with it. So This person has let something go and released something next to the hangman. There's some type of ending here. Could be another relationship possibly, but out of the mess comes elegant order. So something ends, right? The mess ends. And the hermit sitting in the past, we're going to leave him there because he wanted to be alone in the first place, didn't he? Yeah, he said, hey, Power and Light, or hey, Denise, don't bother me anymore. I'm not even going to get a haircut, so why should you bother me, right? Yeah. All right, and in the concern for Pentacles, Sun reversed. All right, so this is letting something go to be happy, but letting something go that wasn't making somebody happy. This person, I feel like, was in a relationship or dealing with some type of chaos. Psychological chaos, maybe, physical or environmental, or, in a relationship or something. But they experienced some chaos, and with that chaos came clarity that you were together in a past life, or that you're a soulmate, either one. Or both, right? Yeah. Three of Swords in the psyche or the physical environment, and the Five of Pentacles is with it. That's really heavy here. Yeah. Really heavy. So there's heartbreak in somebody's psyche. Somebody's leaving somebody out or something out, pretty sure, because of the hangman over here. But that could be an epiphany that I'm living some type of lack. Yeah, and I feel so disappointed and heartbroken myself. Somebody could be heartbroken because they leave somebody out, right? And they have to choose. I mean, I would choose the person I felt really connected to at a soul level. That's the person I would choose, right? Of course, right? Yeah. Okay, Five of Wands, you guys, hopes and fears. And these people are fighting, right? Yeah, they are. And Magician with it. This person is not clear if they can manifest this. It's also possible they were a trickster. Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles next to the Magician. It's a possibility. Maybe they broke your heart. Maybe you broke their heart. Maybe both. Maybe there's a third party here who has a broken heart as well. There's a lot going on in this reading. Yeah. Yeah, mucho junco in the trunco. Yeah, do you guys remember that Orbit commercial where he goes to meet, these Hispanic parents, and his girlfriend's this, beautiful Hispanic woman, and he can't speak any Spanish, and they're chewing this gum or whatever, the Orbit gum is, it's a funny, and he tries to speak to the parents, and what he's telling them is that his girlfriend has a big ass, and he likes it. Mucho junco in the trunco, right? And and they're like, oh, he's trying to speak Spanish to us, right? No, he's being insulting, and really low class, really. This is a funny one. So we have the Star showing up in the potential outcome, and this is Fate and Destiny. Remember the rune, Sagittarius. Fate and Destiny right here, showing up. It's Fate and Destiny because you were together in a past life. Pretty sure this is really interesting, and with the Star and the Two of Swords. This is kind of like I'm really inspired here, but I'm not really sure what's going to happen. This person could be coming to you here. We have the Page of Cups in the root to tell you about some type of ending in their life. Five of Cups over here, Death card, Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords. You could be the one who's telling them that. But it's a beautiful reading. This is about recognizing that you belong with somebody. Yeah. And maybe you're together in a past life and you couldn't get it together, and you can get it together in this life with this person. Highly interesting. If you guys want to get a reading with me, please check out the description box. They're lots of fun. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It does help me to keep these videos coming as often as they do. Thanks so much, guys.